Hi everybody, this is Kristen from Complete Balance by KMA, and what I want to go over with you today is the plan for the 21-day fix or the portion control, the fixed portion control. So there's a lot of like anxiety, stress around it when you first get your box because you're like, oh my gosh, these like containers, there's so many of them and there's a book and what am I going to do with it? And how do I even do it? So the whole point of this whole program is to simplify for you. Okay. You don't have to weigh anything. You don't have to count your calories. You don't have to do any of that. That was already done by the big people, right? So that's just, we're going to take advantage of that. So I know you get your containers. We have these and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so small. That's so small. That's all I can eat. What can I do? So before you do anything, what you want to do is read your book. Okay. And that's what this is, literally a Bible. There's like Shakeology spilt on it and I have like tabs and whatever, but this is your Bible. And what you want to do is before you try to figure anything out, right? Because this is why we're reaching out and we're using a plan, because, we're tired and we're sick and tired of trying to figure it out, right? Ourselves. So before you try to figure it out, read through the book, okay? The book is going to have everything that you need in there. And what you're going to do is when you go through the book, you're going to see where you are going to, figure out what your calorie level is, and that's all right there. And it's very, very, it's easy to understand and it's easy to get. What I did with my book was, like I showed you, I put tabs in it, so I can just, instead of having to take the time through, because this thing went to the grocery store with me and everything till I figured out a way to actually create an easier shopping list, which I can share with you. I put a tab for charts, right? So this is where you're going to actually figure out, see what that is? And this is page 19. This is the golden page at first, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to go to this page and the brackets are up here, right? And after you figure out from the first page that I showed you which bracket you fall under, that's where you look, okay? And then you look all the way down here and it's gonna tell you how much of each container you're gonna have, okay? And then throughout the book, you have all the different pages for, what's listed in there for what fits in what color container, right? And then, the book also, because this is a plan that is supposed to help you create a lifestyle and not just a short-term weight loss goal, or even if you're just looking to maintain and find a healthier balance, you can do this. This isn't just about weight loss. This is about a sustainable lifestyle. It's about maintaining. It's about all of the above. And what's so great is, with my 120-pound weight loss, this program has been a lifesaver. Like if I had found this program, maintaining my weight loss would have been like a heck of a lot easier, but that's okay because I embrace the struggle because now I can help others do that. So, there's a restaurant guide. Okay. So there is freedom, there's freedom and ease around this program. You take anything and you just, you go cold turkey or you cut yourself off from the world of, anything that, you enjoy. I can promise you it's not going to last. Okay. And then back here too, is what you do afterwards. This is the missing piece that most programs don't have, okay? So you want to literally front to back read the entire book, okay? And have a notebook next to you and take notes, right? And then I also have all kinds of tools and, lists and ways that you can like create a grocery list so it's more, so that you're not going like, okay, what can I have again? You're in the middle of the grocery store and you've got your book and, you're like, oh my God, there's like 50 things on here. What can I have? What can I don't? So what you do at home is you just write down the vegetables that you eat, and you make a separate list. So then when you go into the grocery store, you know what you're going to have, right? Okay, so that's enough about the book, okay? So keep this with you, set your tabs, make it easy. Don't make it more complicated than it's supposed to be. Like I said, they already did the complicated work, okay? So you're gonna take your containers, right? And I literally have these, I have all these containers, I have them in a basket on my counter, and I literally use them as a scoop. Like, this is my serving spoon, you know. It's just because it's become such a staple in our home. So, you know, that's what I do. I use those as a staple. And, you know, I only cook a couple times a week. I probably cook maybe 4 times a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. But when I cook double, right? Because, you know, who wants to spend all that time, you know, in the kitchen? You know, so what I would do is, like, say there's a green container, you know, and you have, you know, you don't have to fill this green container with all of one vegetable, right? You can create a salad. You can create, like, if you're going to have, you know, peppers and onions and green beans, or you're going to have a saute, or you're going to do whatever, like, fill it in here. It doesn't have to all be one thing, you know. And then you have your carb, you know, and this is generally, in my house, it's brown rice, quinoa, brown rice pasta, that sort of thing. And here is your protein, you know, and with this one, it can be, you know, you just check and you see what's on your list, and just keep a side list, like I said, for the grocery store, on the different types of protein that you have. You know, and depending on where you are, this is not the only protein that you're getting for the whole entire day. So, like, don't freak out and don't stress about it. These two are tough ones to remember, especially if you're coming from the mindset of other plans where we cut out the fat, cut out this, cut out that. So, you know, this is where your dressings are going to go, you know, and you don't have to have, you know, if you put this with your salad and you dip your fork in it and eat your salad, you're probably going to use maybe half of it, if even that. So that's a great eye opener. But you need your, this is for, like, seeds and all that stuff. Like, you need this balance of, you know, your healthy fats and all this stuff to go for your body to function properly. You know, that stuff is part of a food group for a reason, you know. So what I did was, you know, a tip that I want to give you guys is, you know, when you're cooking, and, you know, this is definitely, I get it that it's tough when you're cooking for a family because you're cooking a lot anyway, but you know what, like, you know, for us, we're at the point now, I'm only cooking for like 2 or 3. So instead of making 2 or 3 servings of rice, I'm making like a whole box of rice. And what I do is, you know, at the end of, you know, after we're cleaning up for dinner, or, you know, whatever, I will portion out, you know, I have these, okay, you guys, look, these are like color coded almost for, I'm going to grab something. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, I just want to show you guys. So this is color coded almost to the, you know, this is orange, but it's for yellow. It's basically the same size. And they're almost, you know, they're color coded almost exactly according to the containers, which is awesome, right? And they're Ziploc. So I get mine at Market Basket. You can get it, you know, anywhere that they have Ziploc stuff. So, you know, like my rice, here's my rice, right? So what I do is, like, instead of just taking the rice and putting it into a big bowl and then you're going to have to portion it later, portion it out as you're putting it away. It saves so much. It might take you an extra like 3 minutes to do, if that, but then it's already done and it's set to go, you know? So then, like, if you have to take it to work the next day or whatever, but even if you're cooking, you know, even if you're, you know, for dinner the next day, all you got to do is take it out and heat it up. That's it. You know, it's already portioned, already done. So that's a big saver in with time management, you know. And then you have your purple, you know, your fruit, you know, portion out your fruit. And, you know, do that ahead of time, because, you know, who knows, it's a total pain in the butt to cut a cantaloupe and, you know, and melon ball that baby out and get that all organized, or wash your strawberries and cut your strawberries, or wash your blueberries or whatever. Just do it and have it all set for you, you know. And it just, like I said, this goes in line with this. Like, how perfect is that? Like, thank you, Ziploc. In the red container, this is definitely bigger, you know, than this, but, you know, you can either just put it in there just for, you know, it still probably fills it up like halfway, but it's a great reminder of, you know, keeping you present to, you know, where your proteins are and what you can grab to go with your salad or your veg or whatever you're taking that day, or even for dinner that night, right? So You know, and here is a green, right? That is a perfect size for a salad, you know, and you put, say you're going to do spinach, you put, you know, you're going to have like 3 or 4 of these a day, you know, you put one thing of spinach in there, you know, and then you split it between like, you split your second one between like carrots and cucumbers or tomatoes and cucumbers or whatever, and you dump it in and like, there you go, all done, right? So it's just an easy way to kind of keep in line how you do that, you know, so don't get stuck on the fact of you only being able to use one vegetable for this, like, oh my gosh, what do I do if I'm going to have a stir fry? So it's totally cool. Like you have your veggies, you know, right here, you have your rice right here, you know, and you have your protein right here, you know, and that stuff, you can saute that all to, you know, you can, you know, cook it and then saute it all together. And then it's, you know, it's all one meal for you, you know, or you can, I mean, it gets a little bit trickier, you know, when you start to create mixed dishes. But with that being said, I do have in my private accountability group, I do have tools with tons and tons of recipes that have the containers already filled out in their recipes. There's like lasagna, there's all kinds of those type of meals that are put together that would be hard for us to figure out, but they've already been figured out by the big people. So, you know, definitely take a look at, if you're in my private accountability group already, take a look at those in the file section and, you know, pull from those and put those in your meal planner, which is also in the file section. So anyways, hopefully that has helped you figure out how to get started for the 21-day fix. And, you know, using a meal planner, journaling your food is one of the easiest ways to figure out how to do it, right? So, okay, say you want to do a Shakeology. Shakeology is counted as a red, right? I use almond milk in my Shakeology every day. But in the old days of the 21-day fix, you used to have to count so much of your almond milk as a yellow, right? But now if you're using, I think it's 4 ounces or under, you don't have to count it. So I do mine with half water, half almond milk, and ice, right? So that's giving me a, low battery. So that's giving me a red, you know, I'm not having to add anything else to that, you know? So if you decide to add a banana, right? Okay, so big deal. You got a red and a purple for your breakfast, right? I like to chew my food, so I generally will like eat whatever fruit that I'm having in the morning with my shake. So I think that pretty much should cover most of everything. You know, if you have any other questions, you know, definitely please for the people that are in my private accountability group, you know how to get me. But if you don't know me and you're watching this on the YouTube video, you know, my email is down below. I would love to help you try to figure out, you know, how to get started. And, you know, if you have a Beachbody coach, just ask them, you know. This video is something that I've been meaning to do, and it really makes a difference in getting people set up powerfully, you know, because like I said, there's a lot of stress that goes around this, and the whole point of the program is to simplify. So if there's something that wasn't covered here, please reach out to me or to your coach and, you know, ask questions. You know, don't start out being stressed. There's already enough of that going on. You're already going to be making changes in your life. So, you know, take this program for what it is and, you know, and implement it in the way that it's meant to be implemented, and that is to relieve you of that stress. So I hope that this helped you out. I am excited for all of you guys to get started. You know, if you ordered the VIP All Access, you're getting this whole system. If it didn't already come in the mail, it's coming. You know, so you're going to get everything that I showed you along with your Shakeology. So again, I hope this helped. I wish you the best day ever, and we will see you soon. Have a good one. Peace.